All right. Yo, and yo. What is good, everybody? It is your boy Lincoln Clay coming back at you, the godfather of gaming, the ageless wonder, the Lincoln Daddy, L Daddy, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the bell icon. The rest will take care of itself. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. So just enjoying the rest of this week off. I'm off till Monday. Hope everybody is having a good day today. Hope everybody will get out and enjoy the holiday tomorrow. So, yeah, it feels good to have another podcast talking about VR. There's been some VR news going around, and I just tried to get hold of the stuff that I thought kind of mattered to me or the stuff that stuck out. But so, give everybody, take a couple of minutes, give everybody a second to get in here who wants to show up. Lunkin, what is up? What is going on? I haven't forgotten you, my man. We still gonna get that boxing match in. This week will probably be the best time to get it in. Excuse me. Bismarcky, what's going on? Bismarcky, you got what I need. Would you say he's just a friend? Dodging that fight. Oh, come on, Lunkin. Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to get at it now. I'm back into my groove. I kind of got everything figured out, as far as my routine goes and stuff like that. And with me having the next 4 days off, what have you. What's today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah. So me having the next 4 days off. Hold on a second. Damn, it's all of a sudden warm. The next time I'll get a chance like this in terms of having this many days off will be Labor Day. So we definitely gonna get it in this weekend. And so I went to Mercy Health this morning and got some lab work done. That only took about 15 minutes. I thought it was something that, hey, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, Ian. Matter of fact, let me check something real quick. Okay. My son is doing great, in my condition, I'm doing great. My weight is slowly creeping back up. I'm back up to 203, 204, depending on how much I eat and drink that day. So everything is great. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stay at this weight. Because it did trim the belly down a little bit. So I'm getting a little bit used to this little bit more slimmer look. And I'm liking it. So, so I think I'll go ahead and stay there. We still gonna work hard, as far as getting my workouts in, we still gonna work hard. So you guys probably hear my son in the background playing Minecraft. He's bouncing all over the place between Xbox and VR and all that good stuff. Oh, damn, excuse me again. But back to you, Lunkin. As far as me having another 3-4 days off like this, it won't happen again till Labor Day. So we definitely got to get this in. And I think next week, when I go back to work next week, we're going to be on 10 hours because we got a lot of work to do. So that's good, so that's good to get some overtime in because I still got some shit on my list of things that I want to purchase. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate it. So yeah, I still got some things on the list that I want to purchase. A Quest. I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and order the Oculus Quest this weekend for my son because they're sold out everywhere. They're really hard to get. Did I get anything from the Steam sale? Yes. Yeah, I bought Payday 2, which is playable in VR for $2.50. And I think I bought another game called Video Poker or something like that for like 99 cents. So nothing major. You know, I'm just waiting on the heavy hitters that's left for this year. You know, as far as heavy hitter VR games goes, we still got Iron Man VR, which a couple of days ago I made a post on Twitter about the Iron Man VR, because I guess it's going to be at they're going to be displaying it or demoing it at the San Diego Comic Con on July 18th, you know, through July 21st. And you know, I didn't get a chance to read the article, even though I posted it on Twitter. But you know, I guess the game is supposed to be playable for people that's going to be there. And just like Polish Paul said, I hope that's the day that we get an exact date for the game, because you know, rumor has it that it's, you know, it's supposed to be coming out in the fourth quarter 2019. But if I remember when they showed that thing on State of Play, I was under the impression that it was supposed to be coming out this summer. So, but it's cool whenever we get it. You know, we still got some other heavy hitters that's supposed to be coming. You know, we still got Asgard's Wrath. That's another game that I'm looking forward to. I think we got Phantom Covert Ops that's like Splinter Cell from a kayak. I'm looking forward to that. What else we got coming this year? I don't know if it's going to happen, but you know, I think we still might have Lone Echo 2 coming this year, so I'm looking forward to that. We still got No Man's Sky this year. Another game that I'm really looking forward to is Aspire. I think it's Aspire 1. It's a stealthy game. And what's cool about that game, Riyadh Dewan, what's up? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. The thing that's really cool about that Aspire 1 is that it's got, you know, voice commands in it. So you can sneak up on someone and say freeze, and they'll put their hands up. And from there, you can crack them in the back of the head. And I think you can drag the body, you know, off the floor or something so it doesn't get discovered. So that's going to be I think that's one of the games that a lot of people are looking forward to as far as VR goes. So we still got a lot of heavy hitters coming for 2019. Excuse me. I think I did mention No Man's Sky. So a lot of good games still left for this year. So I guess I'm kind of, you know, this gap, before we get the next big release, I guess I'm taking this moment to try to go through my backlog and actually play some games. You know, so I've been playing Space Junkies a little bit for the last couple of days, and I think I'm going to get back to one of the things. I think I'm going to get back to doing some racing streams or videos, because one of the reasons why I haven't been doing it is, you know, the CyberPower PC that I had that took a crap. My Thrustmaster T150 racing wheel worked on those computers, but it wasn't working on my Alienware computer. I couldn't get the shit to work. I mean, the computer recognized it, but then when I would, you know, launch Project 2 or a set of Corsa Competition, it wouldn't work. And I had to do some digging, and the solution was so damn simple, I couldn't believe it. You know, on Project Cars 2, I went into the calibration settings, went down to the bottom of the screen, hit reset. That allowed me to calibrate the wheel. Now the wheel works. I've been able to play Project Cars 2 in VR using my Thrustmaster T150 racing wheel, because there's no point in racing if you don't. To me, there's no point in racing if you're not going to use a racing wheel. And this shit was frustrating me so bad that I was actually on eBay looking for a Logitech G29 racing wheel, because I was getting ready to buy one of those, figuring that the Thrustmaster just wasn't compatible with my PC. But we got it working. We good. And you know, we're gonna try to do some streams. If I tried it once before and with the GeForce experience and it didn't work, so you know, I'll give it a try this time with OBS. You know, shout out to Gamertag VR, because he got a Logitech G29 racing wheel, and he's been streaming Project Cars 2 for the past couple of days in VR, and that got my juices flowing. So I'm ready to get back to, you know, doing some racing streams, even if I jump over to GT Sport, where I'm just doing time trials again. You know, I at least want to do one of those this weekend because I've been promising Devastator for the longest that I would do one of those streams. So, you know, we're going to get back to that. And plus, lately I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about the Mazda 787B. That is the first car. That's the first Japanese car to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And subsequently, the car was banned the next year. Excuse me. I think back in 2015, they allowed the car to come, you know, they allowed Mazda to bring the rotary engines back. So it was something, I guess it was something about those rotary engines why they banned it. And so I've been watching some YouTube videos and stuff like that. And that car is like legendary amongst race enthusiasts because of the loud screaming noise that the car made, which I did notice that when I was playing GT Sport. When I was playing GT Sport and VR, the two cars that really stood out to me as far as the noise they make was the Mazda 787B and the Mercedes, the Sauber Mercedes. Those were two cars that like made some, you know, definitely have a unique sound to them. So I want to get back to doing a couple of those, like I said, even if they time trials. So let's go ahead and get on to the news. You know, the first, well, not necessarily news. This is just my thoughts on several things. You know, and starting with the Valve Knuckles, as if for those of you that's been following VR, you know that the Valve Index is out now, and it comes with the Valve Knuckle controllers, which is some really neat controllers, definitely more interactive controllers, more intricate controllers. So you can grab stuff, and I think it's pressure sensitive and that kind of stuff. So those controllers are really interesting. But the question is how many developers are going to implement the controllers into their games? You know, I guess there's a few games out there right now, but you know, I want to see it on a big budget title. I want to see those work on a big budget title. So I think right now Boneworks is the game that, you know, where they're showcasing what the Valve Knuckles can do. But the reason why I wanted to talk about the Valve Knuckles is like the possibilities in the future with those controllers. And I was thinking like, because all of your fingers are interactive in this game, you know, it's not pull a trigger and make a fist, you know, it's like all your fingers individually, you know, work in this game with those Valve Knuckle controllers. So I was thinking like, wouldn't it be cool if when they finally get around to making a fully playable baseball game in VR, the Valve Knuckles would be the perfect controllers for that game, because being that you can use your entire hands, your fingers and stuff like that, from a pitching standpoint, wouldn't it be so cool to be able to, you know, in the game, like squeeze the ball with two fingers so you can throw a two-seam fastball, you know, palm the ball, you know, so you can throw knuckle balls, that kind of stuff. Arian Drake, what is up? What is going on? You know, I do feel great. You know, I never felt bad. It's just the symptoms, you know, had me in a panic. You know, the weight loss, the blurred vision, constant urination. With medication, I'm getting better every day. So it's like I'm not running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. You know, I'm kind of going to the bathroom in like 2-3 hour intervals, which is average for people. You know, my vision is back to where it was. And my weight has come back up a little bit, you know, and this, as of right now, my weight is kind of stabilized at around 203 pounds. So I'm definitely happy with that. So everything's good. Thanks a lot, Arian Drake. So, but with the Valve Knuckles, wouldn't that be so cool to be able to use all 5 fingers for whatever pitch you want to throw, whether it's knuckleball, two-seamer, sinker, all that kind of stuff, all those pitches where you would have to grip the ball with a certain way, with a certain, you know, with 2, 3, 4, however many fingers you need to throw that particular pitch. That would be so slick. And I really hope we get that stuff next generation when the Xbox Scarlet and the PS5 comes out, with them having, you know, pretty much the same power. You know, and I mentioned both consoles because I think I said it in my last podcast that I think if Microsoft gets on board with VR this go round, If that, if the rumors are true about them possibly hooking up with Oculus to bring the Rift S to the Xbox Scarlet, I think that would be enough to tip, AAA developers into, getting on board with VR more. Like I said, using EA for instance, especially as greedy as they are, you think they would want to jump on VR and try to get some of that money. PC, PSVR, and if Scarlet gets on board, those three platforms combined might be enough for them to like take a look at it. I would love to get a AAA football game in VR, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, all those games. If they're fully playable in VR, shit, I was like, I'd be playing shit nonstop. I mean, one of those is about one of those requests I believe will come true next generation when we get the next iteration of GT Sport or GT7, whatever they're going to call it, because I think if it's going to be a launch title on the PS5, not only do I think the PS5 is going to be powerful enough for them to do VR multiplayer, it's going to be powerful enough for it to do all that with good graphics, nice sharp graphics. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I really believe that's going to happen next generation. I think that's a given. So, but moving on to my next subject, because I'm pretty much going to fly through these. I don't see myself being on here probably more than 45 minutes because I don't got a ton of stuff to talk about. But the next thing I want to talk about is the Oculus Rift S. I think a few days ago, last week, whatever the case may be, Oculus rolled out a new update. This is update 1.39. And I guess this update drastically improves tracking. If you guys been following me, you know that I'm very suspicious of this inside out tracking, where the headset is relying on cameras to track the controllers. I have not been a big fan of that, even though the Oculus Rift S and the Vive, HTC Vive, they use outside sensors, light bases, whatever you want to call it. It's still an outside tracking method. And I felt like that was superior to the inside out tracking. And in the beginning, it proved to be true because it didn't take long for the complaints to come out about playing first-person shooter games with the Oculus Rift S, because whichever hand is on the trigger, when you're holding rifles, when you bring that hand closest to your face, tracking was lost. There was a big complaint about that. Games like Creed, when you put your hands in front of your face to guard against punches, tracking would be lost when that happens. So those have been some big complaints, and I guess Oculus rolled out a update that drastically, even some people use the word miraculously, improves tracking. And they said first-person shooter games, now they can play those games. I've even seen a few videos where people were demonstrating how they could play first-person shooter games and bring their hands up close to their face and still maintain tracking. To me, that is huge, because there were people in the beginning who bought a Rift S and they took their Rift S back, sold it, what have you, and then Xbox Vidiot has an Oculus Rift S, and he sounded like a person who was suffering from buyer's remorse. He was talking about he wished he would have never sold his other, his standard Rift. So he was regretful of buying that. But I think with this update, if it works like it's supposed to, that could definitely probably change some opinions out there for people who didn't want to get a Rift S, or for those that had one and was thinking about selling it, with me being one of them, because I've seen some videos, one of them being from Tyrell Wood, where he called it a through the lens comparison, where he compared the Oculus Rift S. I believe he compared it to the Samsung Odyssey Was it the Samsung Odyssey? I think and the I want to say the HTC, the Vive Cosmos, not the Vive Cosmos, the Vive Pro. Anyway, the Rift S held its own against those. It had a picture just as good, you know, and for racing games, I still wouldn't mind getting a Rift S so I can see the background clearly. But it's something that's probably going to have to wait because the Rift S is still not the Rift S. The Quest is still my next order of business to get that for my son. So I think once I get the Quest for my son and get that out of the way, then I might take a look at getting a Rift S. So that update, if it works like it's supposed to, is huge. Matter of fact, the minute I found out about that update and was hearing what everybody was saying, I immediately went to the Best Buy website and saw that they had a few of them in stock. And I was like super, super close to jumping into the car, driving out the Best Buy and buying the Rift S. And the one thing that basically stopped me was I was thinking to myself that the $400 I would have spent on a Rift S, I could have bought the Quest for my son first. You know, so at this point now, my son doesn't want me to do it, but it actually crossed my mind that if this Rift S works the way it's supposed to, then I would have been considering selling my standard Rift, but my son wants me to hang on to it. But, you know, first things first, to get this Oculus Quest and get that out of the way. Speaking of the Oculus Quest, that is the next subject. Excuse me. For those that know about the Oculus Quest, I guess there is an app out there called SideQuest that allows you to download games into your Oculus Quest that is not at the Oculus store. So I guess in simple terms, SideQuest allows you to download some Steam games into your Oculus Quest. And there was that takes us right into the next subject. There was an app called VR Desktop. And this VR Desktop basically allowed you to play games remotely on your Oculus Quest. It allowed you to play games on your PC remotely. It's the same way the PlayStation Vita allows you to play games remotely that's on your PlayStation 4. And I guess this works the same way. And in the same sense that you can do it locally from within your home or anywhere in the home, anywhere in the world. So that's huge because my son, if I were to get him an Oculus Quest, he would not be limited to the games that's at the Oculus, Oculus store. I could let him patch into my PC and play whatever games I have in my PC remotely from his Oculus Quest, and he can do that while he's at home, even though my PC is here. So that's another reason why we probably going to go ahead and move forward, because technically Five Nights at Freddy's is not at the Oculus Quest store yet. And Pavlov is close, but it's not there yet. When Pavlov does get there, it will not have mods. Whereas, Pavlov on my PC does have mods, and that's the biggest reason why my son plays Pavlov is for the maps, the different modes, all those mods on there. So that would be able to let him play those games at home on his Oculus Quest from my PC, and I would like to think that the mods will still work. So that is definitely on the list of things to do, things to buy. Probably tonight. I wanted, one of the big things that stopped me from ordering an Oculus Quest right now is that most of the sites that you order them from, they won't let you deliver it. They won't allow you to have the Quest shipped to the store and go pick it up from there. Most of them will deliver it. The only option is to have it delivered to your address, which I don't want to do that, because these days, like back in my days when I was young, if you got something from like UPS, they knocked at your door. You open the door, here, sign, and they give you the box. No question about it. Now they just drop shit off and throw it on your porch and leave. So if the shit gets stolen, then you just fucked. And I don't want them leaving a box with an Oculus Quest on on my front porch, and then I come home and the shit's gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and I order the Oculus Quest and have it sent to my parents' house because both of my parents are retired, so they're always home. So somebody will be able to pick it up. And not only that, when you order something through Amazon, like you get like up to the second text messages on the status of your package. So it's like the last thing I ordered from Amazon, I got a text message that it had just been delivered, and they even text me a picture that showed that the package was sitting on the porch, which didn't really go over well with me. But as soon as I seen that picture, I hauled ass to get my package off the porch. So that is pretty much it. What we got here? So let me excuse me, rather than go to N4G, I go to Upload VR. So let me go there for the latest news, see if there's anything to talk about real quick before I go ahead and hang it up. See here. What do we got here? Yeah, and I mentioned that the Iron Man VR set new reveals at San Diego Comic-Con. Rift Vive gap shrinks in June Steam hardware survey results. Sort of. Oculus summer sale. So nothing worth talking about, or nothing there that I haven't already talked about. Snow Bunny, what's up? What is good with ya? Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. Fortunately, you came in on the tail end. I'm getting ready to hang this up. Just talking about some VR things that were on my mind. Garuda Legends, please don't grab my hand and shoulder toss me off a cliff. I can't fly. Garuda, I'd like to think that I'm as humble as they come. I think I'm approachable. I think and I think I'm easy to talk to for the most part. So no, I wouldn't toss you off of a cliff. All right, I appreciate it, Snow Bunny. I'm getting ready to wrap this up here pretty soon. And have a little talk here with my son and figure out how we're gonna work this out, because I want to get some gaming in. I'm ready to jump on this VR, get some gaming in. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Maybe Firewall sounds good. I've been having fun. The last couple of times I played that, I had a lot of fun with Firewall. So maybe I'll do that. But I'm definitely gonna stream something this weekend. Make no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Don't call me daddy. You said the Valve knuckle sounds like a sex position. You know, I guess it's a little bit of a weird name for some controllers, but as far as VR controllers go, I think it's definitely going to take it to the next level. I just hope developers, utilize it. So as of right now, the original Oculus Rift touch controllers is still the preferred console for most people. Those are great controllers, but I do think these Valve knuckle controllers will probably be, probably going to, for the most part, be better controllers than the touch controllers. It's just the motherfuckers are so damn expensive, because the Valve Index costs $1,000, but if you buy the shit in pieces, the headset, I believe, is $500, but they will work with the HTC Vive Lite bases. They will work with those. The knuckle controllers are $300, a little bit pricey. Christopher Hart, what's going on, my man? They're a little bit pricey, but yeah, I'm definitely curious about them. And then I think the light bases, I think those cost 200, I believe. So I don't know. You know, one of the things I thought about doing was buying an HTC Vive off of eBay, because I've seen the headset by itself be as cheap as $150. So like the original HTC Vive, I think you can get those off of eBay for the low. And then I don't know, maybe then get the Nokia controllers to go with that. So I'm just trying to cut corners. You know what I mean? Garuda said, "I expect you, big brother. I'm glad you worked your way up. I would gladly hold a hip toss from you off Earth. I will be like, it is what it is in ethics." That's what's up, Garuda. So I don't got anything else. I mean, lately I guess the talk that's been like hot fire everybody was talking about was, Sony saying that that the PS5 is going to be for hardcore gamers. I don't understand why there was such a trillion videos over Sony saying something like that, because I would like to think that this generation right now is geared towards hardcore gamers. All the heavy hitters that came out of Sony this generation was adult games. So I don't expect them to change that formula next generation. You think, does anybody really think Sony's going to go from making God of War to Bleeding Edge? You think they're going to go in that direction? Hell no. They're going to keep the formula up. So I don't know why everybody acted like Sony had, said something that they didn't see coming. So I didn't even waste my time, talking about that shit, because I expect it from them. Shit, on top of that, I expect more adult content coming from Sony next generations as far as VR goes, but I really don't see the need to talk about it. I guess it's just a given. So with that being said, PS5 next generation, why would all this rumored power that they're going to put in that shit in the PlayStation 5, why would they do that and not give you adult driven hardcore games? I mean, truth be told, in some sense, Anaconda still somewhat doesn't make sense. If they're not going to give you exclusives that's going to take advantage of that power. Why'd you take my food? You said you have family members who lived 80 years of age as a diabetic. I'm with you. Both my parents are diabetic. My father's 72 and my mother will be 70 in November. My father's had diabetes for probably about 20 years, and my mother's probably had it for about 15 years. So, and my father's definitely a person who did not take care of himself. And then even though I had this stretch a few months ago where I wasn't working out and I wasn't exactly eating healthy, for the most part, I am a healthy person. So that's another reason why I'm pretty confident everything's going to be great. Never give up. Change my diet, my brother. Oh yeah, I changed that. The minute I saw something was wrong, I didn't even wait to go see a doctor. I changed my diet right then and there. Oh, I got a stuffy nose though. Here. There we go. Nasal spray. Open those passages up. So no, I'm not doing a line of coke for those who heard me sniff it. Master Chief, what's up? So yeah, got the next 4 days off. Got to get some gaming in. No question. Actually, you said that white girl. Okay. Actually, my son and I, we finally got around to playing Space Junkies together. We had to randomly find each other, but we got around to playing, finding each other in Space Junkies. He was on the Oculus and I was on the PlayStation, and we were standing right next to each other, but we were playing Space Junkies together because the game is cross-play with Vive Vive, Oculus, and PlayStation. They can all play together. So that was pretty cool. Me and my son got a chance to play Space Junkies together, and it's his first time playing Space Junkies, and he kicked my ass. He won the match. We played the King mode, and we were on opposite teams, and his team beat my team. Do I still game on the PS4? Oh yeah, absolutely, Master Chief. I mean, that's the beauty of me playing. I don't really play flat screen games anymore. I'm pretty much VR games, but that's the beauty of it. Between the PlayStation VR and the Oculus, I get different experiences on both of those headsets. So, excuse me. So, I'm having the time of my life. I did 3 updates since 3 updates: Space Junkies, Spider-Man, and Crash Team Racing recently. Cool.
Let's go look this way.
So yeah, I mean, hell, I even plan on jumping on the Xbox this weekend because I still owe Lunkin a fight on Fight Night. And you guys know that backwards compatible emulator, whatever you want to call this shit, with the Xbox. I'm gonna play Fight Night with Lunkin. I got to get some practice in because it's been a while since I played it, and then we're gonna get it on. Whenever we get it on, I don't have a capture card, so I won't be able to stream it through my PC or through the capture card or anything like that. But I will still stream it. I got the One X. No, I don't have the One X, but I did get it for my son. I have the Xbox One S. I saw no reason to buy an Xbox One X. They didn't have any games to justify me dropping the $500 for it. Let's play some classic Halo on the Master Chief Collection. I don't have that, but I do have Halo 5. And even though Halo's been the same game for years and years and years, it's still a decent game. It's not a bad game. It's just that Microsoft just been running the same shit years. So, Garuda, I've been cleared to eat chicken. Basically the things I've been told to stay away from was like bread, processed foods. Halo Infinite has been in development for like 5 years. Yeah, that we'll see how that looks when it's done. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me for a little while. Definitely appreciate it. So I think I'm going to stretch out and watch a couple of YouTube videos, and then after a while, I'll jump up and play something. Because my son has a TV right now. I think I'm gonna end up, as far as VR goes, I'll probably end up playing Firewall, because I think that's the one game that we can both be on the floor at the same time and not be bumping into each other. Because when we were playing Space Junkies together a little while ago, we were bumping into each other and hitting each other and stuff like that from trying to swing the sword and all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably end up playing Firewall. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Stay away from chicken. Try to eat more goat and sheep. Come on, man. Man, what the hell? I look like a wolf? Definitely fish. Eating salads too and that kind of stuff. So I have been eating healthy. Give it a like, everybody. Like, share, comment, all that good stuff. That will boogie on out of here. I will holler at y'all later. Y'all be easy. Later.